Okay, so the question is here how to create, I don't know if you call them haunches, that's probably not the right word, but basically a thickened slab along the wall here underneath this warped slab. So this slab isn't just sloping, but it's also warped. Okay, and it's not a super simple task. It's not a super hard task either. By the way, the warp slab is created by basically a in-place blend. All right. The reason why we're not just using subpoints or sub-elements to create this warp slab is because another consideration is we don't want the slab, because it's the slope is so great, it's going to create inaccuracies as far as the thickness of the slab when using sub-elements. So that's why we're not using that approach. So again, long story short, we need to add what looks like this. And let me pull over an image here. We're trying to basically generate these red lines in the model. So my thoughts are, if you've gone to all the effort to create this warp slab that has to be constructed in this manner for this particular type of structure, then you might as well go ahead and just include those in the floor in place for family. So what I mean by that is go here to a elevation view, and I believe this would be like a west or an east elevation view based on here, and I would basically select this edit in place and then edit the top and base. So here, go ahead and draw what would be, and I'd take great care as far as getting all the dimensions just so that way I've got my line work exactly right, but I'm just doing this to give you the idea here. And of course, delete the inner segment at the intersections, finish that, and then edit the base, do the same thing. And again, this is where it's pretty important to have that just so, because otherwise your base is going to be different from your top. But again, I'm just trying to do this quick to get the general idea communicated. And eliminate those, and then basically those will connect together, and you finish your model, and you have here your floor, and with that particular condition. Now, and another easier approach, again, if you're thinking about construction documents, do you really need to model this? If you do, that's okay. Go ahead and model it this way. But and a lot of you might be thinking, well, why not use a structural beam family that slopes? Well, problem with that is because a structural beam family will operate fine along a slope plane, but if it's sloping in multiple directions, as is the case in this sloped slab or this warped slab, that's not going to work either, because it's going to slope. It can handle one slope, but not multiple slopes. In that matter, you could do an in-place family, but that I don't think really handles multiple slopes very well. So we're very constrained as far as what we're trying to achieve with a very peculiar type of design situation. So again, this is one way to handle it. If you don't really need to model this, though, and again, that's the question you need to fundamentally ask, then go with a filled region in a section view. In other words, we're just interested in our in basically documenting this for construction documents. You can see some issues here with some joining. We can probably take care of that with some joint geometry and things like that. But that said, what I'll do here is let's just go to annotate filled region and draw essentially the same thing as a filled region. And again, maybe this goes flat across like that, whatever it is. Or maybe it runs perpendicular, I don't know. But the point is there's your concrete filled region. Fix it as you need to have the line work right. Again, that could be maybe a better approach. Obviously, the line work probably needs to punch a little bit here. You could go ahead and do wide lines there. You could make this an invisible line, so on and so forth. again, just trying to get you a better picture of how this works. Now this right here, I think I need to edit the type properties and specify structural material, so that looks more correct. And still not sure if it's why the material isn't showing up. But anyway, you get the general idea here, what we're trying to achieve with our family, or basically a drafting approach versus a modeling approach. So pick your poison. There's no perfect, easy way to quickly model this, but I think if you went to the hassle of modeling this warp slab using a blend, you might as well just include your thickened slabs, or whatever you want to call that, as it connects to the walls underneath. All right, hope that helps. Let me know if you've got follow-up questions.